This is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities. As you know, if you've been listening to the show, there is never a dull moment in the next world, and it's my job to tell you who's who and what's up. I'm the Celebrity Medium. Let's light this candle. In addition to their reality show, The Crazy Life of Abe and Whitney, former American President Abraham Lincoln and his new wife, singer Whitney Houston, recently began taping a summer replacement variety show modeled on the old Sonny and Cher comedy hour. When Whitney's daughter Bobbi Kristina transitioned to the afterlife recently, she was added to the show's cast. The first episode of the show premiered on Next World Television over the weekend, and the reviews are in. According to my sources, the general consensus seems to be that while the show is somewhat corny, the stars are likable and charming. One newspaper columnist wrote, "The sketches are silly, and the songs are exactly the kind of bland pop you'd expect from a lighthearted summer show." President Lincoln is the real standout, though. The natural wit his biographers wrote about is on ample display, as his wife and stepdaughter use him as their foil in most of the comedy bits. Honest Abe is kidding about everything from his height to the mole on his face, and his facial reactions to the faux insults are priceless, unquote. One of my sources tells me that Bobbi Kristina seems very comfortable on camera, and that she seems to be having a good time. It looks as if the Lincoln-Houston family has a second hit on their hands to add to the success of their reality show, currently on hiatus. For the benefit of those who haven't been regular listeners to the report, I'll give you a quick update on the next story. Charles Lindbergh, the first man to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean, has been trying to build an all-white town in the next world. Adolf Hitler, after spending years in the woods living alone while contemplating the evil he did while on the earthly plane, is now a changed man. The former Fuhrer has joined forces with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to protest Lindbergh's plans. The two men, along with a growing number of followers, are keeping a vigil outside the walls of Lucky Lindy's planned community. Dr. King's wife, Coretta, is upset about Martin spending all his time at the protest site instead of with her. Hitler and King are now roommates in a small apartment. Okay, you're up to date. The newest wrinkle in the story is that Lindbergh is having trouble assuring the racial purity of the applicants for homes in his mini South Africa. According to sources, the aviator wanted people to submit proof that their ancestors were white going back at least 5 generations. The problem with that is there's no formal government in the afterlife, making it impossible to come up with documentation about the race of your elder family members. Lindbergh is now the target of ridicule, as some black couples are showing up at his office demanding applications for housing in his still-under-construction town and swearing that they are 100% Caucasian. One source reports that Lindbergh is becoming visibly frustrated, even as he tries to maintain a calm exterior. The aviator is now being openly mocked by newspaper columnists and TV and radio pundits. The tone of this story is shifting rapidly, and it's going to be very interesting to see where it all leads. Anyone paying attention to American politics knows that we are currently in the early stages of the 2016 presidential election season. They would probably also know that billionaire mogul Donald Trump is running roughshod over the other 16 Republican candidates for his party's nomination with his brash persona and his over-the-top statements. Regular listeners to the report know that his father, Fred Trump, has been critical in recent weeks of his son's hijinks, saying that Donald is going too far in his lust for publicity. The senior Trump even said that he regretted leaving his son so much money in his will. With the Donald's comments about Fox News anchorwoman Megyn Kelly at the candidates' debate the other night, his dad has apparently finally reached his breaking point. Over this past weekend, Fred Trump released a public statement in which he announced that because of his son's rudeness to Kelly, he no longer wanted to be associated in any way with his son and would henceforth stop using the Trump name. From now on, he said he will be known as Fred Garland, adopting the last name of his next world wife, actress-singer Judy Garland. In the statement, he said, "I'm sure when my son hears about this change of name, he will denounce me as an idiot and a loser. If he thinks his recent boorish behavior is indicative of his being a winner, then I'm proud to be a loser." Unquote. Strong words. Many months ago, I reported that Evel Knievel, the legendary stuntman, who failed in his attempt to jump the Snake River on a rocket-powered motorcycle and who nearly died after jumping over the fountains at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas, had become a male model in the afterlife. Now, when I first heard about Evel's change of careers, I predicted it would be a failure. I had to eat my words later, however, when it turned out that he was in great demand and had a large fan base of both women and gay men. According to my sources, in the intervening months, he has grown even more popular, despite or perhaps because of his unconventional looks. His fans say that they like the fact that he doesn't look like the typical cookie-cutter type model, and word is that Knievel has been seen out on the town with a string of gorgeous models and actresses. So, obviously, I owe Mr. Knievel an apology. I'm sorry. And, Evel, nice work. Nice work. Okay, and with that, we lock up the Celebrity Afterlife Report studio for another week. Please come back next time when I'll have more juicy, up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities. If you like the show, please spread the word that it can also be found for free on iTunes. I am the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.